So yeah, guys, every challenge is an hand on heart, hand delivered, hand written opportunity to grow and get stronger, okay? This is not a Lee Freeman thing, okay? This goes right back to the ancient Stoics, okay? If you want to read about overcoming obstacles, go back to reading about ancient Stoicism, okay? You don't need to read any of the newer stuff on it. The oldest stuff is the original, okay? I'll mention that again at the end because it's really, really worth looking into. Probably Stoics is something that a word and people that you've heard. It was for me. So I heard Ross Edgley mention it, and then I heard Ryan Halliday mention it, and then I heard Paul mention it, and I heard someone else mention it. And it's one of those things you think, wow, what is a Stoic? If you don't know what a Stoic is, go back, look into it, look at the obstacles they overcome, and look at how they overcome them. Morning, everybody. Morning, Deb, Jess, Michelle. Keep it up. Michelle, not my steps yesterday. Why not? 10,000 steps, it's an easy, get them in today. Whatever you didn't do yesterday, make them up today. No excuses. You guys are getting it hardball this year. Absolutely 0 F's given and no excuses, okay? If you're not doing the work, you're going to get told. It's as simple as that. And I just spat all over my iPad. Lovely. So, if you've ever failed, or you are failing, or you feel lost, or you feel stuck in a rut, the worst phrase in the world, okay? I do also want you to know, because I do come across a bit harsh sometimes, that I don't actually think it's your fault, and I never think it's anyone's fault, because if we go through life and it's the typical Instagram thing, isn't it? It's the highlights reel, okay? So everyone shows you how to be successful. Everyone tells you how to learn this. Everyone tells you how to learn that. Live your life like this. Do this and you'll get that. Fuck off. Never happens. But no one ever really teaches you how to overcome failure, do they? They don't teach you how to overcome obstacles. They don't teach you, there's not books on, just found out my husband's cheating on me and now he's fucking off after 18 years. How do I deal with that? There's not books on done nothing but be a great parent all my life and my son still turned out to be a smackhead. There's not books on that, are there? There's not books on I've just started eating too much food and I can't control it. How do I sort this out? There's just books on just eat less calories, bro, okay? So this is what we need to understand, that the massive thing that I think I picked on is people don't teach you how to deal with the shit, do they? Which is something I really want to start working on, because it's where all my success came from the pit, okay? So, how do we get past obstacles? Because if we can't, then we just end up, every time another obstacle comes, we end up torn, we end up disrupted, and more often than not we end up reactive, don't we? So this is what's happening at the moment, especially with COVID. People are reacting, okay? They're not being calm and actually thinking, okay, what does lockdown actually mean? What does it actually mean to me? It's just like, no, everyone else on Facebook's fucking kicking off about it, so I'm going to kick off about it as well, and I'm going to keep saying this stuff like, oh, it's not just the same, it's not the same anymore, is it? Life's never going to be the same, this is the new norm, poor old me, all that fucking shit all the time, okay? Got to drop that. What does it actually mean to you? What really does it mean? This is a conversation me and Nat had. What does it really mean to us? Nothing. Nothing's really changed. We can't go to the gym. So fucking what? There's loads you can do at home for training. We've not got as much childcare. Well, so what? Some people haven't got any childcare. Some people are single fucking parents having to do it on their own, okay? It means nothing. A lot of us are making bullshit excuses about things that don't even exist because we're being led by watching what's on social media, watching the news. You've got to get your screen time down, guys. You've got to stop watching the news. You've got to stop reading newspapers, and you've got to stop letting these things bother you. Because when you look at, what does it actually mean to me? Somebody, let's get some comments going, okay? What does lockdown actually mean to you? How is it? Somebody put something, how it's massively adversely affected their life, okay? And I'm not talking businesses here before we talk about, and I'm not talking about deaths, and I'm not talking about any of that stuff, which I'm completely highly respectful of, and it is horrific. That is not what I'm talking about before somebody pulls me down. What I'm talking about is your average day-to-day living and your quest towards achieving your goals, okay? How has it affected you? What is so bad about it, okay? Morning Tim, morning Julie, morning Alan, morning Winnie. Because we actually wrote down a list of things that it's actually helped with, it's improved, you know. There you go, Carly, single parent, okay? It is goddamn hard, but yet there's people moaning, you know, me and Nat could be moaning, and I know there are people moaning about, you know, kids being off school or whatever, and these are people who have got, you know, great incomes, and there's both parents in the family, they've got these full support mechanisms, and yet they're still moaning about it. And yet there's someone like you, Carly, who's just absolutely cracking on and going through it, okay? And I just want to say that, by the way. Yes, 50 watchers! Anyone who is a single parent, I don't think there's a person in the world who Nat or I have more respect for, okay? Because those first 2 years and going on with Logan is without a doubt the hardest thing we've ever experienced. It's also the most rewarding, but it's the hardest thing I've ever been through in my life, without a shadow of a doubt. Trying to understand the emotions of being tired, trying to communicate with someone who can't communicate, trying to build the relationship around it, work around it. So anyone who is that, I'm completely digressing off point here, but anyone who is a single parent, absolute could not have any more respect for you than anyone else in the world. So yeah, and let's show some comments, show some love to single parents and all the mums as well. You're all awesome, and the dads, we're awesome too. We just can't say as much. So yeah, we end up just not everyone, but we end up disruptive and we end up reactive. And this is what you're doing. You react to what someone posts on Facebook, okay? You react to what your boss says. You react to what your partner says. You react to your kids. And you're in that constant state of just being reactive. And that's what's killing a lot of you, because whatever you see, whatever is current, whatever happens, you just react to it, okay? Rather than calmly assessing what it actually means. What's actually happened? How does it actually affect my life? Because 99% of you doesn't affect it at all, okay? And that's what you need to realise. Now, moving on from that, it's not everyone though, is it? Because we watch people, most of you are watching this because you saw my bad parts, which is the opposite to highlight, okay? You've read about my childhood, about no parents, about some abuse that happened, about threatening committing suicide twice, about going into the pit, as Garrett decides it. You know, the darkest times of my life when I did not want to be on this earth and tried to finish it twice, okay? That's why you're here. That's why you're watching. But how do these people, you know, and some people that I wrote down here are the random ones, okay? Paul Moore is a great one. Steve Jobs, Barack Obama, Margaret Thatcher, Tyson Fury, David Goggins, Thomas Edison, Napoleon Hill, Laura Ingallis Wilder, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Muhammad Ali, Sylvester Stallone. You know, how did all these, Sarah, it is hard, but is it rewarding as well? Sarah Page, is it hard, but is it rewarding? Has it made you stronger? Has it made you tougher? Has it made you take less shit, okay? Has it made your relationship with your son or daughter stronger because you're bonded together? Of course it has. So again, pull the positives out of that, okay? Now, the other thing, I've gone off on a tangent. So yeah, all those people started in the most difficult of situations. I started life with the worst possible thing that could happen, losing my mother after 6 months. It's become my strongest point, okay? It's become my inspiration. It's become my vision. It's become my driving point, okay? My dad fucking off, that's made me the strongest, most giving parent I can be in my whole life now is about Logan and about being that person that he never was, okay? It's what has made me who I am today, and I wouldn't be here talking to you guys if it hadn't happened. Barack Obama would not have been president if that shit hadn't happened to him. You know, all of these things wouldn't have happened if these people hadn't suffered their hardships in the first place, okay? So, you know what blocks you, and you know that's clear. And we always tend to then, as I said yesterday, just list those excuses, okay? Rather than turning the setbacks into the greatest fucking achievements of your life, okay? So how do they do it? How did I do it? How did these people do it? How do people manage to challenge that obstacle and that travesty and that disaster into making it the most poignant starting point and the foundation of their success, okay? Now, the truth is, whatever you are... Should I really go in deep on this? I think so. Whatever you are facing now, okay? Again, it's easy to feel, isn't it? Like you're the only single person in the world, or like I'm the only person who lost their mum when they were young, or like you're the only person that's got this, or you're the only person that got that, or the only person got injured, or the only person lost their job. Any of those things, okay? You're not. There's absolutely hundreds and thousands of us, okay? And it's happened for many, many years. And those people that I spoke about, many of them have faced unimaginable horror, disasters and obstacles, okay? And yet they still came through from, and as well as those disasters and those unimaginable obstacles that were the starting point of success, look into Tony Robbins. Watch Tony Robbins' Date with Destiny on Netflix if you are going to watch Netflix rather than watching something about something that's really fucking shit like Towie, or Love Island, or I'm a Celeb, or any of those, or Katie Price, although she has overcome a lot of adversity and I do have respect for her. Okay, so they all have the normal things as well. Kids, work, relationship, physical health, mental health, economic crisis, jobs, imprisonment, illness, abuse, breakups, injuries. They all have those same things as well as the massive disaster on top. But they were subjected to them and they still transformed, okay? So what we need to understand, and again, this is a quote it's a quote by Andy Green, taken from another book that I massively recommend you check out. I haven't got the hard copy, I've just got it on Audible, but it's called The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Halliday, okay? That book has inspired the last two lives. And Andy Grove says that in a crisis, he relates it to business, but in a crisis, okay, bad companies are destroyed because they weren't strong in the first place, so they just die, okay? Good companies survive, great companies improve and thrive, okay? So go back that again. They didn't improve and thrive because they were a great company, and then we can use that as people, okay? So, weak people will be destroyed in a crisis, good people will survive in a crisis, and strong people will improve and thrive through a crisis, because that's the way we need to look at it, okay? Now, and rebuild that foundation and understand that it is going through the crisis time and time and time again that makes you stronger, okay? Hard situations, whether it comes down to training, whether it comes down to dieting, whether it comes down to mindset, whether it comes down to relationships, hard-ass situations are what builds your character and your strength the most, okay? So whatever it is that's holding you back today, take that and use it as the foundation and the fire to help you move forward, okay? Because these obstacles, everything that happened to me is the fuel for my ambition, okay? And all difficult situations started here, okay? Every obstacle can only make you stronger. Francis Hamilton, you know this more than anyone, okay? And as I said at the start, go back and read about the Stoics, okay? There's always a way, and they worked out how to channel it, okay? And as humans, we've done it over time, and you can do it too. Every obstacle you face, there's a way to overcome it and turn it into a positive, okay? It is simple. It really is simple, okay? Very often you just need to get a pen and a paper and write it down. Is it easy? No. I never ever said it was easy. Nothing worth having in life is easy. The situation when you're going through it isn't easy, but it's how you deal with it and respond to it that will make or break you, okay? So wherever you guys are feeling, you have two options, okay? And if you haven't even started, this is what I want to listen to you today, okay? You can do nothing about your life about your relationship, about your career, about your weight, about your fitness, about your past. You can do absolutely sweet FA. Means fuck all to me. No offence, but I've been through it, destroyed it, and now I'm loving life. Don't mean that to sound arrogant or egotistical. I just want it to give you the belief that you can too, okay? Or you can do nothing. You can continue to blame, claim, justify, make excuses, bullshit yourself, keep telling lies, and live your soul-sucking life as it is without taking any fucking action, and basically stay on this earth doing nothing but blaming, complaining, excusing, and waiting to die, basically. Nat hates it when I say that because she thinks it's really harsh, but that is my perception of some people's life, because it has that little purpose to it. They're just literally, they're just here, okay? Or you can start to make changes, okay? You can start to work harder. You can start to stop giving up so easily. You can start reading books rather than fucking watching reality TV. You can start creating good daily habits. You can start asking for help. You can do anything you want, but you have to take action, okay? You cannot... I pulled it out yesterday, didn't it? And I still just love the quote. Okay, how to be fucking awesome. Sticking a finger up to, and I hope, Dan, you get some sales off of this because you're fucking awesome. Sticking a finger up to the law of action and a thumbs up to action, okay? Again, you can listen to this video and say thing, go on Lee, fired up. You can listen to me, listen to my voice. You can listen to Tyson Fury. You can listen to Tony Robbins. You can listen to anyone, okay? But unless you start to create good habits, ask for help, and take daily action, then you will never achieve success. But if you do, then I promise that you will become the person and the warrior that you truly want to be, you've desired to be for so long, and you absolutely can be. But it all starts with taking action. So whatever it is you want today, write it down and fucking get after it. Take care.